The human soldier chose the ugliest alien woman as his prize because he knew who she really was. The war was over. The crowd in the arena roared as the captured alien warriors were brought forward. Heads bowed, chains clinking against the stone floor. The Zarithi Empire, once proud and ruthless, now stood defeated, and as tradition dictated, the human victors were each allowed to claim a prize from among the alien prisoners. A gesture of dominance, some said, but also a chance at integration, peace, and strange unions. Sergeant Cale Ryan stood silent in the line of honored soldiers, his armor battered, one arm in a sling. He was a decorated hero, one of the few who had led the charge into the Zarithi capital. And now, under the burning twin suns, he was given first choice. A hush fell as the alien women were lined up, tall, majestic, shimmering with exotic skin tones, some proud, some trembling. And at the end of the line, her head hung low, a rough cloak covering most of her figure, stood the so-called ugliest among them. She was hunched, with skin like cracked bark, eyes hidden beneath a tangled mess of black tendrils, and scars that marred what little of her face was visible. The other soldiers snickered when they saw her. One whispered, "Looks more beast than woman." General Voss turned to Cale. "Choose your prize, Sergeant. Any of them." Cale stepped forward. His eyes passed over the tall warriors with silver tattoos, over the regal-looking ones with haughty stares, and then settled on the cloaked woman at the end. "That one," he said, voice steady. A ripple of laughter spread among the onlookers. "The last one?" Voss asked, raising a brow. Cale nodded. "Yes." A murmur of disbelief followed. "Why her?" someone muttered. "He could have had anyone." The woman lifted her head slowly, eyes widening. Pale golden irises met Cale's. For a second, she seemed stunned. He stepped toward her, unhooked her chains gently, and took her hand. "Come," he said quietly. She followed without a word. Later, inside the humble quarters offered to victors, Cale helped her sit on the bed. She hadn't spoken a word during the entire walk. Her hands trembled. She avoided his eyes. "You remember me, don't you?" he asked softly. Her breath caught. "Why?" she whispered. "Why would you choose me after what they did to me?" Cale knelt before her, taking her scarred hands into his. "Because I know who you really are, Commander DeLay." Her eyes shimmered with sudden tears. She pulled back her hood. The scars were worse than he remembered. One side of her face looked melted, warped by fire. Her once gleaming crest was gone, torn off, a mark of disgrace. "You recognize me?" she whispered. Cale nodded. "How could I forget? You spared my life. Years ago at the Battle of Corvallis, you had your blade at my throat, but you let me go." She blinked fast. "You remember that?" "I do. I never knew why." She looked down. "Because you were kind to the children in the ruined city. You helped one of our injured. I saw you carry her across rubble. A human, risking his life for a Zarithi child. It didn't make sense. So I spared you. And for that," he said quietly, "your own people turned on you." She nodded slowly. "They said I was weak. My second in command betrayed me, stripped my title, gave me to the humans when the capital fell, said I was hideous now, unworthy." Cale reached into his satchel and pulled out something wrapped in cloth. He opened it to reveal a small carved pendant, smooth and oval-shaped, painted with gold. Her breath caught. "That's the symbol you wore around your neck. It fell when you were captured. I kept it safe." She stared at it like it was a memory brought back to life. Her hands shook as she took it. "No one else knew who you were," Cale said. "They only saw what the fire did to your face. But I saw the woman who spared lives when she didn't have to, who had honor when others had cruelty." She looked up at him, tears spilling freely now. I thought I'd be thrown away, she whispered, mocked, or used like an object. I didn't think anyone would ever look at me with respect again. Kale gently brushed a lock of hair from her cheek. I didn't choose a prize, delay. I chose you because you're a warrior, a leader, and you deserve more than what they gave you. Her lips trembled. You don't mind how I look? I see more than scars, he said. And besides, to me, you're beautiful. She stared at him for a long moment. Then, in a motion full of hesitation, she leaned forward and rested her forehead against his. The alien gesture of gratitude, of acceptance. You've given me something more valuable than freedom, she whispered. You gave me dignity. Kale smiled. No, you always had that. I just reminded you. Weeks passed. Rumors swirled around the base. Some mocked Kale in hushed tones. Others whispered that the ugly one now walked with her head high again, her scars bared without shame. Some even said they saw her training faster and stronger than ever. But Kale didn't care for their gossip. He watched her regain her strength. He saw her laugh for the first time. And at night, when she stood beside him, watching the stars from their small window, he knew the truth. He hadn't chosen a prize. He had chosen a queen.